Have you ever bought something because you kept seeing it on Instagram? Maybe a water bottle, some sneakers, a kitchen gadget. If you asked yourself why you bought it, you'd probably say, you saw it, you liked it, and you decided to get it. But that's not what happened. By the time you noticed you wanted it, the app had already spent weeks building that desire inside your head. And once you understand how it does that, you'll never scroll the same way again. Start with what's actually being sold. Nobody on Instagram is really selling you a blender or a skincare routine. They're selling you the person you'd become if you owned it. The influencer never says, buy this blender. They show you a bright kitchen, a calm morning, a life that looks amazing, and the blender just happens to be sitting in the middle of it. And after a few hundred posts like that, your own perfectly fine kitchen starts to look a little sad to you. That's the first part of the machine. It ties products to who you want to be. The second part is repetition, and it's been studied for over 50 years. In 1968, a psychologist named Robert Zayonk showed people random shapes and made up words, some once, some many times. The result kept repeating in study after study. The more times people saw something, the more they liked it, and they couldn't explain why. It's called the mere exposure effect. Your brain treats familiar as safe and safe as good. So simply seeing something again and again is enough to make you like it more, and Instagram gets to decide what you see again and again. The algorithm tracks everything: what you pause on, what you zoom into, what you watch twice, what you save, even how fast you scroll past different kinds of posts. You linger on a pair of sneakers for 2 seconds, and you'll never know you told Instagram anything. But you did. From then on, those sneakers keep arriving from new directions, a different creator, an ad, then someone you actually follow. To you, it looks like the whole world suddenly owns them, like it's a sign. It's not a sign. The algorithm found a flicker of interest and repeated it at you until it grew into a want. And it has every reason to do this. 98% of Meta's revenue is advertising, and Instagram alone brought in around $70 billion of it in 2024. The desires it builds in you are the business, but a desire on its own isn't enough to make you pay. The next part of the machine is what makes the want feel urgent. And that part is other people. You compare yourself to others. Everyone does. It's how humans have always figured out where they stand. For most of history, you compared yourself to your street, your workplace, your family. Instagram took that instinct and pointed it at millions of strangers, each showing you their best 5 seconds. So your brain ends up measuring your ordinary daily life against everyone else's highlights, and you lose that comparison every single time. Losing feels bad, and buying something is the fastest way to make the bad feeling stop. So now the want has pressure behind it, a feeling or an insecurity that needs fixing. And the reason the fix never lasts comes down to your own dopamine. People call dopamine the happiness chemical, but it's really the wanting chemical. It fires hardest before you get something, while you're still imagining having it. Once you actually get what you purchased, it drops off. The high comes from wanting it, and the having can't match it. So you look for something else to want. And Instagram is built for exactly that. The feed never ends. The next post might always be the exciting one. And 18 to 24-year-olds now spend an average of 53 minutes a day in there. A satisfied person closes the app So the app makes sure you never quite get satisfied, which leaves just one step between all that wanting and your money: the checkout. And Instagram made the checkout almost invisible. Spending money is supposed to hurt a little. Hand over cash, and you feel it leave your hand, a small sting. And scientists call it the pain of paying. It's your brain's built-in break, that pause where you ask yourself, do I really want this? Instagram removed the pause. The shop lives inside the app. Your card's already saved. You go from seeing to owning in 3 taps. And since most of these purchases are small, $30 here, $20 there, none of them ever feels like a real decision. They just pile up in the background, month after month. And most people couldn't tell you how much of their income disappears this way in a year. Instagram ties products to who you want to be, repeats them until they feel like your own taste, uses comparison to make the want urgent, keeps you wanting instead of satisfied, and then removes every obstacle between the want and your card. Is it even possible to use Instagram without being squeezed out of your money? Yes, but not with willpower. You're one person with normal self-control going up against a system trained on billions of data points, and it knows your weak moments better than you do. What works is changing the setup. Build your feed intentionally. Unfollow the accounts that always leave you wanting, and follow ones that actually teach you something. Slowly, the algorithm will get the message, because it's only ever feeding back your own behavior. Give any purchase that started on social media a full day before you pay. If you still want it tomorrow, fine, buy it. Most of the time, you won't even remember it tomorrow. And every so often, catch yourself wanting something and ask one honest question. Did I want this before the app showed it to me? You'll be surprised how often the answer is no. Once you can see the manipulative tactics these billion-dollar companies use on you, it's down to you to stop them from working. You're in control now. What are some random things you bought because of Instagram or TikTok? Did you regret them? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.